is there are certain habits that we can implement into our lives in order to deal with certain challenges. And the same can be true with resilience. There's certain habits that each of us can implement into our lives that help us to be more resilient. I have discovered that what may work for one person may not work for another. But we all have certain habits that can help us to win the day. Which leads me into my second point. And my second point is this: do you have what I call a DMR, a daily motivational routine? A daily motivational routine is a set of habits that you do on a consistent basis, that you implement into a routine that helps you not only overcome the daily challenges, but what I call the unexpected challenges. So the DMR is basically saying, okay, what are some habits that's gonna help me win the day? And number two, how can I implement them into a routine in order to be more resilient and overcome the challenge? Now, the first reason that's important is because if you're like me, there's certain days I don't feel like getting up out the bed and going to work. Anyone know what I'm talking about? There's certain days where I may be getting my doctoral degree, or I may be getting my master's, or pursuing higher education. I just really don't feel like going to class. Anyone know what I'm talking about? There's just those days you just wake up, you don't feel like doing nothing. Well, the DMR is gonna give you the motivation to win the day. But then there's when life happens. You know when life be lifing? When you deal with the relationship breakup, the bad news, the financial challenges, the betrayal, the lack of motivation, the failed expectation. You know when life just happens, DMR not only prepares you, but it helps you to overcome. But I gotta motivate myself because I gotta deal with the challenge. But sometimes life is life, and so much in my life it's hard for me to deal with the challenge. And so now I'm trying to counsel and I'm trying to help students, but it's hard to give and it's hard to help from an empty cup. Because if your cup's not full, what can you give? And if I can't give from a cup that is full, but I'm giving from a cup that is empty, now I begin to make things worse, because now I don't take the time to really engage, to really listen, and to really help, because on the backside, I'm dealing with my own issues, I'm doing my own problems, and it's conditioned me so much that even sometimes I won't even respond to an email or pick up a phone because I got too much going on in my life because I haven't took care of myself. Y'all still rocking with me? She says, everybody gets tired and fatigued. So if you get tired and fatigued, it's okay. Everybody gets tired. Everybody gets fatigued. And by the way, this is a champion. Don Staley's women's basketball team went undefeated. She's sitting on top of the world. She's a champion. When she walked in the room, people like, oh my gosh. When they step on the floor, the other teams get nervous. That's when you know you're walking in some power. When you walk in a room and people just get nervous. I can go there for a minute as well, but are y'all still here? But she says, so what happens when you get tired of fatigue of being a champion? Because you're a champion. Are y'all here? Y'all are champions. You are champions. You are winners. But you're going to get tired. But she says something else has to kick in, and that's your habits and your mentality. A championship coach says, you're going to get tired. You're going to get fatigued. But at that moment, you need your mental and habits to kick in, and that's what enables you to overcome. If I was to leave you with the aspect of how to activate this, number one, you got to find 3 to 5 habits. What are 3 to 5 things you can do on a daily basis that's going to help you to win the day? Number 2, once I identify the habits, how can I create the routine? Because habits aren't going to change things overnight. It's a process. So I got to be consistent with the habits no matter what, and then I got to commit and protect. I got to commit, because studies show New Year's resolutions, they start in January, they end the next week. So I got to commit and I got to protect.